So hi, we'll be discussing this year's 2026 prelims question paper, and I don't know what kind of questions the UPSC has asked. Ay Bhagwan. I mean, okay, who the hell will remember such kind of information? And आप कितना भी पढ़ो, आप हार्डली इसमें 20-30 क्वेश्चंस में आपकी 100% नॉलेज होगी. बाकी क्वेश्चंस में तो पता नहीं किसको बिलीव करना है, बट स्टिल ओके हियर we'll be able to use some kind of a logic, and the questions यहाँ पे जो पूछा गया, कुछ questions, I will not be claiming all the questions, but some of the questions have come from the mapping part which I have discussed, which I have uploaded on YouTube. So let's dive into this. So I'll be discussing only these sections here because इसमें मेरा थोड़ा बहुत knowledge है, so इसलिए मैं discuss कर रहा हूँ, and बाकी के question का explanation आप बाकी जगह देख लेना. Now it's the first question here. So India's long-term low-emission development strategy is a crucial tool for achieving net zero emissions by 2070. So they're talking about 2070, something which is long-term. Now BUR4 submitted in December 24 recorded around 8% decrease in the greenhouse gas emissions in 2020 over 2019. Now see, okay, these two statements look somewhat correct. Okay, these are associated with the program which India has devised. Now let's see the third statement here. Now even if you don't have knowledge, how you have to use the elimination method, you can see here. So climate resilient development necessarily depends on quick and short term. So quick and short term, and here we are talking about 2070. So this is something which is long term and this is something short term. So what we can do is you can eliminate 3 here. So if you are eliminating 3, so these 2 options are eliminated and these 2 are remaining. And here you see, so this also sounds somewhat correct. So even though you might not be able to remember the percentages and all, ye sahi lagega. So the option for the 21st question, and this is set here by the way. So the option is B, 1 and 2. Now look at this. With respect to western hillock gibbons, so look at the animal over here. So this is western hillock gibbon. So it will be living in the northeast. So in northeast mein rehta hai. Now look at the third statement here. They have asked, they said, they possess strong and heavy build. Now look at the animal here. ये gorilla जैसा strong होता है क्या? नहीं होता है. So that's why it's a wrong statement. They are specialized, and easily swing between the trees. In fact, these animals are arboreal, which will be living on the trees, so they'll be able to hang on the trees. So this statement is right. So sanctuary in the northeast is the home to this ape species listed in endangered in the IUCN red list. This statement is also right. So statement 1 and 2. So the option is B here. So next question here is, which of the following best explains the rationale for protecting mangrove ecosystem? You see the mangrove ecosystem, they reduce the tidal energy. So they'll be reducing the tidal energy, but do you think they'll be storing fresh water? So in fact, they are not at all ideal for paddy cultivation. Though nowadays the mangroves are being removed and paddy is being cultivated. In fact, not all the paddy which is cultivated, is cultivated in saline. Only Kuttanad rice farming, which is near Vembanad Lake, so that tolerates little bit of salt, that is below sea level, rice farming, but not all. So this statement is wrong. They are salt sensitive. देखो अभी, the mangrove ecosystem, it is in the intertidal zone. So how can it be salt sensitive? So it cannot be salt sensitive. अगर salt sensitive होता, ये वहाँ पे जिंदा नहीं रहता. So the second statement is wrong. By withstanding tidal surges, they will withstand tidal surge and offer biomass resources. Mangroves function both as natural bioshield and livelihood basis for the rural communities. So this statement is right. You cannot deny any of the sentences over here. The option is only 3. The next question. Vizhinjam port. In fact, this port has been in discussion. So whenever we are discussing about Strait of Hormuz, so when we are discussing about a Great Andaman and Nicobar project, in the Great Andaman also we are coming up with such kind of transshipment port. So at that time I have discussed, because this port, okay, is in competition with the Singapore port and Colombo port. And India में already एक port है, that is Vizhinjam port, that is international sea port. Now what kind of functions it will be offering? Now let's see. Now first statement, by functioning exclusively as a domestic cargo. See, agar itna important international, you see the word over here, international. So international, and here the word is domestic. So outrightly this is a wrong statement. Okay. Next, by focusing primarily on passenger cruise tourism and heritage shipping to increase Kerala's profile. See, heritage and Kerala, okay, somewhat they sync with each other, but it is saying primarily passenger. So if you are building such a big port, and when you are talking about the Great Andaman project, then why the hell you will focus only on, okay, passenger? So again this is a wrong statement. Now third statement, by leveraging the natural, okay, deep draft and strategic location to reduce the dependence on foreign transshipment. So it is to reduce the foreign dependence, because India is heavily dependent upon, okay, foreign ports. So this is a right statement. So the answer is only 3. So next, okay, so Uttar Pradesh, okay, has the highest number of, in fact this is a very well known fact, it borders with almost all the states which are located in this vicinity. Now this is also right. Rajasthan shares the longest international border, right? So no other state will be having. This is also right. Now Sikkim is the only state that shares its boundary with just other Indian state. The Sikkim is sharing its boundary with West Bengal. Okay, that is right. But is there no other state? No. Meghalaya, you also have Meghalaya. So Meghalaya has the boundary with Assam only. So this statement is wrong. So sorry, here they have asked not correct. So not correct means this. So D. Next, which of the following, okay, regard to Amur falcons? Now Amur falcons, okay, they were there in Siberia and Central Asia. So they passed through India. So earlier when they were passing through Nagaland, so Nagaland में लोग इसको काट के खा जाते थे. So but later on, because of the community efforts, the people really started taking care of these falcons, and their numbers in India started increasing. So this is a very well known example, okay, when it comes to the environment. So it showcases the sustained local conservation efforts can contribute to arrival and protection of international migratory birds. This is a right statement. Next, it reflects the global, okay, success of advanced tracking technologies that guide the, see, advanced tracking technologies say you can find out where the bird is going. Okay, you can put some GPS kind of a thing on the bird and आप पता लगा सकते हो bird कहाँ से कहाँ जा रहा है. लेकिन a tracking system, can they guide the migratory birds? So the migratory birds in fact will be using Earth's magnetic system. So they'll be using that, they'll not be using artificial technologies. So that's why this statement is wrong. Now it confirms that Amur falcons have adapted a permanent residency in India. Okay, अभी कितना भी favorable condition of India में create करो, क्या ये permanently यहीं पे settle हो जाएंगे? In fact, these are migratory birds. यहाँ पे mentioned है, ये migratory in nature है. So जो migratory है, India में permanent resident क्यों बनेगा? So you have the answer here, only one. Next, which of the following is the objectives of Rainfed Area Development Initiative? See, Rainfed area, India का 70% of the area is dry. Rainfed means वहाँ पे आपका irrigation नहीं है, means किसी की प्रकार का सिंचाई नहीं है. So जहाँ पे आपकी पानी की अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं है, आप क्या करोगे? राइस कल्टीवेशन कम करोगे, because rice consumes more water. And आप वहाँ पे crops diversify करोगे. You'll be going for millets, etc. And also you'll be going for integrated farming. Means along with crops, you'll also focus on animal husbandry, because animals के लिए कम जगह लगता है and कम पानी भी लगता है. So this is all part of rainfed system. So this is climate resilient. पानी भी कम हुआ, कोई problem नहीं होगा. डाइवर्सिफाई एग्रीकल्चर डाइवर्सिफाई कर रहे हो in terms of not only crop diversification but also the animal husbandry. Integrated farming system मतलब एक दूसरे के साथ मिक्स करके you in terms of wheat को इसके साथ जोड़ दिया, रे के साथ जोड़ दिया, and rice को fisheries के साथ, and crops को animal के साथ. This is integrated farming. So reducing the risk of rain-fed systems. Now look at the question. So encouraging monoculture, आप diversify कर रहे हो, so monoculture will be wrong. See, rice will be consuming a lot of water. Rice को तो बिल्कुल आप encourage नहीं करोगे. So enhancing the productivity and minimizing the climate risk through integrated farming. So this is right. In fact, even if you don't have that much knowledge, आप यहाँ पे Rainfed word अगर देख लिया, then you'll be able to answer this. So the answer here is 3 only. So next one, which of the following has significant implications of obtaining OEKO-TEX certification? Now, this kind of certification is used for especially Europe. Europe is very much particular in terms of uses of pesticides, chemicals. It is very eco-friendly. So eco consciousness fashion, it will be encouraging. Sustainable textiles. So consumers increasingly demand low toxin environmentally safe textiles. Now यहाँ पे आप देखो, so India allows Indian exporters to compete in high-end markets. High-end markets means Europe here, that prioritize chemical-free products. यहाँ पे word है priority. If अगर यहाँ पे statement होता entirely chemical-free, statement wrong होता. लेकिन priority is the word here. That's why this statement is right. It confirms that Aries silk meets international safety, environmental and quality standards, enabling its entry into premium eco-conscious markets. This statement is again right. This has been in the news as well. So both the statements are right. So the answer is C here. So next, the ships from which of the following countries? This also I have emphasized on the map, in the mapping section. So Strait of Hormuz has been in discussion. So you should also know the countries which are surrounding the Persian Gulf. यहाँ पे सीधा आपको answer मिल जाएगा. So Bahrain is located here, and Qatar is located here inside the Persian Gulf, and this is the Strait of Hormuz. So यहाँ पे cross करना पड़ेगा. So you look at Syria. Syria is located somewhere here. So Strait of Hormuz से कोई relation नहीं है. Egypt देखो, Egypt यहाँ पे है. So Strait of Hormuz से कोई relation नहीं है. Next, this volcano is located in which of the following countries? It is located in Ecuador. So this has been in the news because of this UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So next, Madhav National Park. This also we have discussed in the mapping part. So it has been declared as Tiger Reserve. This has been in the news. We have discussed. Next, Sakhya Sagar. Ramsar site is situated within this national park. So this also, Ramsar sites also I have discussed in Indian mapping. So it is the area shared between Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. This is a wrong statement. It is completely located in Madhya Pradesh. The statement 1 and 2. So next one, with reference to Andaman and Nicobar group of islands. Now you see this Andaman and Nicobar group of islands. So they'll be getting rainfall because of the southwest monsoons. Because it's an island. So hawa jahan se bhi chale, it will be receiving rainfall. And northeast monsoons, will be coming from here. So then also it will be receiving rainfall. But northeast monsoons are not as strong as the southwest monsoons. The southwest monsoons are very intense. So the rainfall will be more because of the southwest monsoons and not the northeast monsoons. So the climate can be defined as a humid tropical. Obviously it is near the equator and it's kind of marine tropical type of climate. Monsoon से थोड़ा ज़्यादा पानी होता है because it's an island. So जहाँ से भी हवा चले वहाँ पे rainfall होने की संभावना होती है. It receives rainfall from both. Yes, it's an island. जहाँ से भी हवा चले वहाँ पे rainfall होगा. So maximum precipitation is between December and May. नहीं, this is a wrong statement. So the answer is both 1 and 2. So next, so associated with Peninsular block of India. Now look at the go here. See, this is the submerged part. So when the Indian Peninsular Plateau, when it was moving north, it was rolling, okay, drifting and thawing. And because of this action, the part of the Peninsular Plateau, the western flank of the Peninsular Plateau, it was broken, it fell into the Arabian Sea, and which has formed a broad continental shelf here, which also results into a good fishing zone. So this is also responsible for, okay, having the petroleum reserves on the western coast of India. So basically western coast is largely submerged and the eastern coast is largely an example of emergent coastline. So submergence part on the western coast, okay, this is true, I have just now explained to you. Now the presence of residual mountains, obviously the Peninsular Plateau is very old, extremely old. In fact, the Chota Nagpur Plateau, the Singhbhum Plateau is said to be the oldest rock on the surface of the earth, though in textbooks you will be finding that Northwest Territory of Canada. Now this is also right statement. Deep V-shaped valleys, in fact deep V-shaped valleys you will be finding in the Himalayan part, because there the rivers will be very swift, vertical cutting will be more, whereas the Peninsular Plateau is very old landform. You will not be having very high mountains for the rivers to cut across and form V-shaped valleys. In fact you will be having U-shaped valleys here. So this statement is wrong, the statement 1 and 2. So next one, okay, here so many statements are given. Okay, I will read it over here. Now Sagarmala seeks port-led economic development to cost-effective and sustainable coastal infrastructure. Now look at the statement here. So इस statement में कुछ भी आप गलत पकड़ने का संभावना है ही नहीं. In fact, it is for port modernization, port development, logistic efficiency, coastal economic zone, and sustainable maritime infrastructure. Now look at the second statement. The success reflected in the growth of coastal shipping and improved global port rankings. So this also has been in the news. So because of the focus on the port-led infrastructure, so our India's ranking also has been improved. The statement, okay, this is also right. Now look at the third statement here. Sagarmala 2.0 aims to position India as a global maritime innovation hub aligned with Atmanirbhar Bharat and Vikshit Bharat. So this is a very long-term aim. Now the three, okay, statements are right, and also look at the relationship between them. So here the first two, okay, they support each other, and also the Sagarmala 2.0, it is also supporting the first statement. So here the answer is B, that is 1 and 2. So next, consider the following, okay, with respect to the foxtail orchid. So this is the foxtail orchid. It is an epiphyte. Epiphyte means, epi means upar, phyte means पेड़, पेड़ के ऊपर पेड़. In fact, such kind of epiphytes are very common where you have semi-evergreen and mostly evergreen, tropical evergreen and equatorial forest. So it is an epiphyte orchid. And India, where do you have this? Evergreen forest you'll be having in the northeast region, and also you'll be having in Andaman and Nicobar and some parts of Kerala. Now they are saying that this is endemic to the northeastern India. See, such kind of orchid, say मान लेते वो नॉर्थ ईस्ट में है, क्या वो म्यांमार में नहीं हो सकता है, right? So again this statement becomes wrong. Endemic मतलब सिर्फ यहीं पे पाया जाना और वर्ल्ड में कहीं पे नहीं पाया जाना. Means it is found here only, not anywhere else, which is a wrong statement. So it is a state flower of Arunachal and Assam, so which is a right statement. The answer is B, 1 and 3. So next one is Moidams. Now look at this Moidams. So look at the structure over here. Okay, they are there in Mizoram. Now they act as army fortresses. Look at this statement and look at this statement. They were battle drill centers of the royals and nobles. Now ये दोनों statement एक ही तरीके के लग रहे हैं. या तो वो दोनों सही होना चाहिए या तो ये दोनों गलत होना चाहिए. Now look at the options, where 1 and 4 is present. So 1 यहाँ पे है and यहाँ पे है. So इसी से आपको आंसर मिल जाएगा. Now what are these? They were the recreational centers of the royals and nobles, which is a wrong statement here. See, अगर यहाँ पे army fortress होगा, then recreation क्यों होगा? These two are contradicting with each other. सो स्टेटमेंट 2 भी एलिमिनेट कर सकते हो. देन व्हाट विल बी रिमेनिंग इज स्टेटमेंट 3. सो आंसर इज 3 only. So this is how it looks like. These are the burial grounds. So next, so UNOC held, okay, in 2025 in France, okay, FAO. So look at the statement here. Now look at the, okay, I will be focusing on the options, okay, you can go through the question here. Now here see, 4 betters क्या क्या है. Now you can pick the odd man out here. 4 better क्या हो सकते हैं, यहाँ पे adjectives हो सकते हैं, right? So better production, better nutrition, better environment and better life, right? So बाकी के 3 okay options आप देखना यहाँ पे, better production, better nutrition, better environment. See better ocean, ये अलग है ना, this is the odd man out, right? Now यहाँ पे coral reef, see again some physiographic feature they are focusing on. Coral reef, ocean, okay, इस स्टेटमेंट में देखो आप यहाँ पे better estuaries, okay, nutrition, environment and mangrove vegetation. Again they are talking about estuaries, okay, and mangrove vegetation. See again some physiographic feature they are talking about. So इसमें so ocean, coral reef, mangrove, so ऐसा कुछ फीचर्स है. यहाँ पे देखो स्टेटमेंट है, okay, production, nutrition, environment and better life. So मुझे भी नहीं लगता okay कि आप सब कुछ याद करके जाओगे एंड एग्जामिनेशन कंडीशन में जब आप बैठोगे एंड दिस विल बी हाईली कंफ्यूजिंग, इट विल बी हाईली टॉर्चरस, आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट. लेकिन आप ऐसा कुछ टेक्निक यूज करके आप आंसर निकाल सकते हो. बाय द वे 4 बेटर्स क्या है यहाँ पे ओके दिया गया है, आप देख लेना. एनीवेज आई विल बी अपलोडिंग ओके दिस डॉक्यूमेंट इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बिलो, प्लीज चेक. Now next one is Lake Turkana here. This also I have discussed in the mapping part. आप जाके देख सकते हो, जो भी मैंने क्लास में डिस्कस किया है ओके मैं आपको बता दूंगा. सी मैंने मैपिंग का अराउंड 3 घंटे का सेशन लिया है एंड इंडिया मैपिंग का 2 घंटे का, 5 घंटे का. अब देख लो इसमें 8 क्वेश्चंस आए वहां से, मीन्स 5 घंटे स्पेंड करके अगर 8 क्वेश्चंस आ रहा है देन दैट टाइम इज वर्थ स्पेंडिंग. नाउ लेक तुर्काना यू सी इट इज मोस्टली इन द नदर्न पार्ट ऑफ केन्या, थोड़ा बहुत इथोपिया में है एंड सूडान को तो टच भी नहीं हो रहा है. इनफैक्ट यू लुक एट द फिजियोग्राफी हियर, दिस इज वेयर लेक तुर्काना इज. सो इट इज मोस्टली इन द डेजर्ट एंड दिस पार्ट ऑफ ईस्ट अफ्रीकन रिफ्टिंग. आप अफ्रीका देख रहे हो, सो अफ्रीका में ओके रिफ्टिंग, ये वाला एक रिफ्ट है ओके विच इज एंटरिंग इनटू द द रेड सी एंड दिस ईस्टर्न पार्ट आल्सो यू हैव अ रिफ्ट. एंड व्हेन यू विल बी हैविंग अ रिफ्ट, इफ द वाटर इज accumulated there, so it will be having lakes also. So these are all rift valley lakes. So Lake Turkana is also a rift valley lake. लेकिन the eastern side में जितने भी lakes हैं ना, because it is comparatively drier on the eastern side, evaporation ज़्यादा हो गया, dilution कम हुआ, बारिश कम है, so that's why they will be comparatively saline. And moreover जब भी rifting होता है, so अर्थ के अंदर से जितने भी मिनरल्स निकलते हैं ना वो डिजॉल्व हो जाते हैं, डिजॉल्व होके वो थोड़ा बहुत अल्कलाइन, कभी कभी हाइपर सलाइन भी हो जाता है. समटाइम्स इट बिकम्स इनहॉस्पिटेबल, लाइक डानाकिल डिप्रेशन है ओके इथियोपिया में अफार ट्रिपल जंक्शन के पास, सो कभी कभी ऐसा भी हो जाता है. नाउ लुक एट द स्टेटमेंट्स हियर. दिस इज द लार्जेस्ट डेजर्ट लेक इन द वर्ल्ड ओके व्हिच इज अ ट्रू स्टेटमेंट. द लेक इज सिचुएटेड इन साउथ सुडान व्हिच इज ए रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट. The lake is listed as UNESCO World Heritage Site referred to as Jade Sea. This is a right statement. So the answer is 1 and 3. Next look at this. Which of the following is the first plan Vivo certified Red Plus? Now the answer is very clear here. Okay, the answer is Khasi Hills Community Red Plus program. Again, this information you have to know. If you want further information, you can look there. नेक्स्ट यहाँ पे देखो जेनेटिक मेडिसिन, आपने नॉर्मल मेडिसिन सुना होगा, जेनेटिक मेडिसिन क्या है. सो जेनेटिक मेडिसिन में आप जीन्स को थोड़ा बहुत ऑल्टर करोगे. फॉर एग्जांपल बिकॉज ऑफ ए पर्टिकुलर जीन से आपको सिकल सेल एनीमिया हो रहा है, सो वो जेनेटिक सीक्वेंस को हम थोड़ा चेंज कर सकते हैं. सो जेनेटिक मेडिसिन इज ऑल अबाउट से आपके पास कोई डिफेक्टिव जीन है उसको रिप्लेस करना, नहीं तो वो जीन को रिपेयर करना, नहीं तो इफ एनी जीन इज प्रोड्यूसिंग ओके अनवांटेड कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस, उस जीन को साइलेंट करना. मीन्स उस जीन को आप तोड़ के आई मीन वो सिंगल स्टैंड बना के उसके साथ दूसरा चिपक दिया जाएगा, सो वो साइलेंस हो जाता है. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज siRNA technique or silencing RNA technique. Now let's see the statements here. So genetic medicines, okay, compensate for the faulty genes responsible for the disease. Okay, this is the right statement. So next one, engineered viruses and lipid nanoparticles are used as carriers of, okay, genetic medicine. Viruses are nothing but strains of DNA and RNA. So genetic medicines alter the entire DNA gene sequence. भाई थोड़ा बहुत डीएनए सीक्वेंस को तो चेंज कर सकते हैं. अब एंटायर डीएनए सीक्वेंस को चेंज करोगे ना, अगर वहां पे गड़बड़ हो गया देन पूरा, ओके, इनफैक्ट ओके, चिंपैंजी और ओके और होमोसेपियन के बीच में ना देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ सिमिलैरिटी. 97 to 98% ऑफ द जीन मैच होता है. अगर आप एंटायर जीनोम सीक्वेंस को, ओके, डीएनए को चेंज करने की कोशिश करोगे, आप आदमी से और कुछ ही बन जाओगे. So again, entire is the word here. This is a wrong statement. So the answer is 1 and 2. So next, LLMs are used in machine learning. See, आजकल आप जो जितने भी ChatGPT, Claude, etc. सब यूज कर रहे हो ना, ये सब large language models है. ये कैसे काम करता है? So it will be taking the knowledge from the entire internet. जितना भी database है उसको knowledge, okay, उसके और इसमें nodes बोलते हैं, okay. It will be in that ambit. And it will be predicting the next word, next probable word. Means it will be checking with all the words. इसके बाद यहाँ पे कौन सा word आने से ज़्यादा correct होने की probability है. So वो जितने भी notes है सबको check करके, okay, probability से it will be keep on putting the correct word over there. So a probability, correct होने का probability क्या है, उसके हिसाब से it will be framing a statement. So next, possible words and pick the one which is highest probability. So this is the right statement. In fact, no, this also I have discussed, okay, in the current affairs with respect to hierarchical reasoning model. So hierarchical reasoning model has been in the news. So hierarchical reasoning model, okay, is bit different from LLM. So LLM के लिए बहुत सारा computational capacity लगता है, because LLMs में you will be using lot of nodes and बहुत सारा computational capacity चाहिए. लेकिन हायरार्किकल रीजनिंग मॉडल जो है ना, वो ब्रेन के जैसा काम करता है. मीन्स इट विल बी यूजिंग एन हायरार्की. मीन्स ओके, जैसे अपने ब्रेन में न्यूरल नेटवर्क होता है ना, सो वैसा ही कुछ टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करता है. एंड कंप्यूटेशनल कैपेसिटी, जितने कंप्यूटेशनल कैपेसिटी मीन्स कंप्यूटर सबको चाहिए, वो बहुत कम होता है. एंड जितना भी डेटा चाहिए ना, वो भी बहुत कम होगा. ओके, हायरार्किकल रीजनिंग मॉडल को दिस आई हैव डिस्कस्ड इन करंट अफेयर्स में. सो एलएलएम्स प्रोसेस डेटा थ्रू मैथमेटिकल ऑप्टिमाइजेशन टू मिनिमाइज the prediction errors. This is also right statement. So LLMs produce unbiased output. See, जो भी आप इंफॉर्मेशन, ओके, LLM को दे रहे हो, जो भी डेटा इंटरनेट पे अवेलेबल है, ओके, जो भी आपके डेटाबेस में है, अगर उसमें बायसनेस होती है, देन LLMs में बायस होने का चांस होता है. राइट? सो द आंसर हियर इज 1 and 2. Now look at the, this is a B2 bomber. This has been in the news. Okay, ये okay, ईरान के ऊपर गया था, बॉम्ब, okay, बारिश किया था. So this has been in the news. Now this uses something called as stealth technology. Stealth मतलब छिपके जाना, means hide करके जाना. Now hide कैसे कर सकते हो? Either you have to fly very low altitude, बहुत नीचे से जाना पड़ता है, नहीं तो बहुत ऊपर से जाना पड़ता है, नहीं तो whatever radio signals are coming towards you, okay, it should be made up of such a material that it will be able to absorb all the radio signals. मतलब इसके ऊपर जो भी मटेरियल होता है वो सारे सिग्नल्स को अब्सॉर्ब कर लेगा. एंड जितना हो सके उतना फ्लैट होना चाहिए. अगर ये बहुत सारा एंगुलर होता है ना, when it is angular, the chances of getting reflected means सिग्नल रिफ्लेक्ट करने की कैपेसिटी बहुत हाई होता है. से फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ओके, बॉक्स जैसा है, देन नीचे से आप सिग्नल अगर भेज रहे हो, वो रिफ्लेक्ट होकर नीचे होने के चांसेस बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट शुड बी एज फ्लैट एंड एज राउंडेड एज पॉसिबल. So this is about the stealth technology. Now let's see regarding the stealth technology. The stealth object have a very small radar cross section, which is true, and are coated with radar absorbing materials. सही है. Stealth object can be detected using specific frequencies. Yes. Not all the frequencies will be working, but कुछ specific frequencies होती है. Okay, जैसे some very high frequency, ultra high frequency कुछ frequencies use करके आप detect कर सकते हो. It is not undetectable. Okay, this is also a right statement. The stealth objects are coated with meta materials to increase the scattering of electromagnetic radiation. In fact, UPSC is trying to confuse you between scattering and reflecting. भैया जो भी मटेरियल इसके ऊपर होगा वो स्कैटर या रिफ्लेक्ट बिल्कुल नहीं करना चाहिए, वो रेडिएशन को अब्सॉर्ब करना चाहिए. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट इज रॉन्ग. सो द आंसर इज 1 and 2. Now black boxes. So whenever you have a plane accident, if you have to retrieve, अहमदाबाद में प्लेन क्रैश हुआ था, so उसमें जो भी चल रहा है वो वाला इंफॉर्मेशन अगर आपको चाहिए, then वो सारा इंफॉर्मेशन ब्लैक बॉक्स के अंदर होता है. नाउ दे कैरी द बीकॉन एमिटिंग रेड लाइट. मतलब अगर प्लेन टूट के नीचे गिर गया, नीचे गिरने के बाद ए ब्लैक बॉक्स रेड लाइट एमिट करता रहेगा. नो, रेड लाइट नहीं होता है, इट विल बी रिलीजिंग ए सर्टेन फ्रीक्वेंसी, अल्ट्रासोनिक अकूस्टिक पिंग्स. सो रेड लाइट एमिट नहीं करेगा, राइट. सो आपको फाइनली ब्लैक बॉक्स को रिट्राइव करना है, राइट. सो आपको उसको लेके आना है. क्या वो कीचड़ में गिर जाए, क्या वो ओशन के अंदर गिर जाए, अगर वो रेड लाइट एमिट करता रहेगा क्या आपको दिखेगा? सो ये तो कॉमन सेंस वाली बात हो गई ना. सो रेड लाइट नहीं है, सर्टेन फ्रीक्वेंसीज इट विल बी एमिटिंग. They record both cockpit voice and flight data. This is the right statement. Their memory units are made using either stainless steel or titanium. See, जो black box जो होता है ना, means even if there is very heavy fire, even if it is going deep inside the ocean, so कितना भी harsh environment होने दो, black box को survive करना चाहिए. Therefore, it will be made up of very strong materials such as stainless steel and titanium. So look at the statements here. So 2 and 3. This is the right one. So next one. So which of these following statements regarding green hydrogen is correct? So green hydrogen means it is produced by electrolysis of water. Means solar, means sun energy use करके वाटर को ब्रेक करोगे, वाटर को ब्रेक करके you'll be producing hydrogen and oxygen separately, and in this there is no pollution involved. So जितना अगर हाइड्रोजन प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए आप कहीं पे कहीं अगर पोल्यूशन कर रहे हो, then it will be converted into other colors, means blue, brown, ऐसा कुछ different gray, different colors होते हैं. Green मतलब it is completely carbon neutral, मतलब it is not causing any harm to the environment. That is the green hydrogen. The second statement देखो यहाँ पे, it is produced using electrolysis of water, which is actually the definition of the green hydrogen. Look at the first statement. It is decarbonized hydrogen obtained by natural gas. In fact, this is the definition of blue hydrogen. In fact, the types of hydrogen also have discussed in the current affairs. One of the आप YouTube channel पे देख लेना, मैंने discuss किया है. Okay, I'll be putting one more video what all I have discussed, what have come in the examination. The National Green Hydrogen Mission of India aims to nearly produce 50 MMT of annual. This is also a right statement. So the correct answer here is B, 2 and 3. Now consider the following statement with regard to the involvement of private entities and Indian space program. In fact, the InSpace which is there, it is an autonomous agency. It facilitates the participation of private agency. आपने USA में देखा है. So private agency, Elon Musk, he has participated and he has completely revolutionized the space industry. That's why India is also encouraging the private entities. Next, Agnikul Cosmos, it is one of the prominent player in the private aerospace agency. It has launched first flight using 3D printed rocket engine. This is also a right statement. Next, Skyroot Aerospace has developed a liquid fuel for GSLV. In fact, the liquid fuel engine in the GSLV is called as Vikas. So this India has developed long time ago. In fact, the same engine is being used in PSLV as well. In fact, technology in making this technology, Russia has helped India. So GSLV is completely indigenous technology. Okay, इसमें private agencies का कोई हाथ नहीं है. So the answer is 1 and 2. Now look at the drones here. This is also called as swarms. जैसे सारे birds flock में कैसे जाते हैं, मधुमक्खी जो है एक दूसरे से कम्युनिकेट करते हैं. ओके, एक दूसरे से ये सब कम्युनिकेट करके काम करते हैं. जैसे आपने वाली मूवी देखा है ना, रोबो 2 मूवी में. ओके, पक्षी राज. Okay, he'll be having so many mobile phones. Along with the help of the mobile phones, okay, he'll be doing all the activities. So they communicate with each other, right? So this is called as swarm robotics, okay, also called as drone swarms. The use terahertz band. See, आजकल 5G में, okay, we are just using millimeter waves, means gigahertz. 3 to 30 gigahertz use कर रहे हैं, 3 to 30 gigahertz, right? Now terahertz use करने का what is the loss is that the distance decay is very high, means the information loss is very high. The wave will not even travel from here to here, okay, if you are using terahertz band. In fact, that was one of the major problems in 5G technologies. In 5D technologies, you'll be having small cells. You have to keep a lot of cells over there. You have to do beam transforming, okay. You have to use MIMO, okay. A lot of other technologies have to be used because of the distance decay. So terahertz use करने का तो chance ही नहीं है. So they'll be using some radio frequencies only. So individual drones in the swarm can communicate with other drones. Okay, swarm का मतलब भी यही है. So therefore, this is a right statement. So GPS spoofing is a commonly used technique to counter. Means when these drones are communicating with each other, so इनके बीच में आप सिग्नल जैम कर सकते हो या दूसरा सिग्नल भेज के okay, इनको कंफ्यूज कर सकते हो. So these are the various technologies. So this is also a right statement. So the answer is 2 and 3. Next, which of the following is right with respect to Genome India project? So it is part of Human Genome Project. Nahi, okay, this is different. The Human Genome Project was completed in 2003. मतलब जितना भी okay, human में जितने भी genomes है, so जितने भी genes है, उन सबको पढ़ना, उन सबको sequencing करना, that is the Human Genome Project. And inspired from that and funded by Department of Biotechnology, we have come up with the Genome India project. So this statement is a right statement. It primarily aims to build a catalog of genetic diversity of India's population. Yes, this is also a right statement because it wants to identify what different kind of genes are there. Okay, अगर इस population में इस particular type का gene है, क्या it is giving rise to a certain kind of a disease. So it will be studying such kind of things. We can also study the ethnic diversity. So we can also study the population variation. मतलब कितना genetic diversity है, क्या आपस में शादी करना चाहिए, उससे क्या effect है, उससे क्या genetic diversity decrease हुआ है. Because more and more genetic diversity we have, less and less will be prone to the diseases. So next, so National Quantum Mission. Okay, this is a right statement. And its implementation includes setting up 4 thematic hubs in academic. This is also a right statement. Okay, such kind of missions anyways you should be studying. The answer is both 1 and 2. So India's deep ocean mission. So deep ocean matlab we'll be going to deep into the ocean. So it is launched by Ministry of Ports and Shipping. This is a misleading statement. अगर UPSC wanted to confuse you, it should have given Department of Science and Technology. तो थोड़ा बहुत confuse होता है. But okay, this is by the Ministry of Earth Sciences. Okay, ये ध्यान रखना. I also keep telling you in the class, Ministry of Earth Sciences only launches such kind of things. Next, Matsya 6000. Okay, designed to carry 3 people. Okay, and it's also called as Samudrayan. Okay, this is also right statement. So. Sorry, one of the aims of the mission is to cover all the So Samudrayan is the project under this mission. Okay, this is also right statement. The answer is 2 and 3. Now look at the next question here. Mission Sudarshan Chakra. So Sudarshan Chakra means something which is protecting you. So it will enhance India's air defense ballistic defense system and aerial offensive capabilities. So recently, okay, you must have seen, okay, in the Iran-Israel war, the Iran has been firing a lot of missiles into Israel. The Israel has been using air dome, okay, it's Iron Dome. And also, okay, you have the Patriot systems, which belong to Germany and NATO. And also US also its own system called as THAAD. इंडिया का भी अपना एक बैलिस्टिक मिसाइल डिफेंस सिस्टम है. इसको एड एंड पैड बोलते हैं, विच विल बी स्टडिंग इन दी साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी. सो इट विल बी न्यूट्रलाइजिंग एनी इनकमिंग मिसाइल. जो भी मिसाइल आ रही है उसको आग हवा में ही न्यूट्रलाइज कर दिया जाएगा. सो दिस मिशन is being designed to enhance rapid, precise and powerful defense responses, reinforcing India's strategic economy. So both of these statements align with each other. Next, one of the aims of the mission is to cover all the public places. All the public places कैसे cover करोगे आप? अगर आपके पास ऐसा system है, you will be protecting important cities. You will be protecting nuclear power plant. और कहीं पे भी आपका एयर बेस है, मिलिट्री बेस है, उनको प्रोटेक्ट करोगे. अब सारे ही पब्लिक प्लेसेस इंडिया में प्रोटेक्ट करना बहुत ही मुश्किल है. इनफैक्ट इजराइल खुद छोटा देश होते हुए अपने सारे पब्लिक प्लेसेस को प्रोटेक्ट नहीं कर पाया, तो इंडिया से कैसे पॉसिबल है? सो द स्टेटमेंट इज 1 and 2. नेक्स्ट, consider following statement with respect to the river bridges connecting India and neighboring countries. So the correct order, okay, I have given here. You can go through this. So the answer is D here. Okay, 3 only. Okay, is right. You can go through this. So next, which of the following connectivity projects part of India and ASEAN members? अभी कलादान multi-mode project है. So from Kolkata port, you'll be going to the Sitwe port in Myanmar. From there, along the Kaladan river, you'll be taking वहाँ पे शिप का रूट लोगे, and then from there again you'll be taking roadway, and finally you'll be entering into northeast part of India. Since Myanmar is part of the ASEAN, so this statement is right. Again I have discussed this in the mapping part. Next, IMT trilateral highway, India, Myanmar, Thailand. Myanmar and Thailand both are part of ASEAN. This is also right. Now Agartala Akhara railway line, this is linking India and Bangladesh. So Bangladesh is not part of ASEAN, therefore this is a wrong statement. So the answer here is 1 and 2. Next, you see this, where all these are located. I have given the right answer also. You can see here. You can go through this. So the answer for 67 is B. Next, which of the following items of defense hardware are manufactured in India? Sukhoi 30. Though it is a Russian technology, now it is manufactured in India by HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Even these tankers, though it is a Russian technology, it is manufactured in India. अभी अकुला क्लास सबमरीन जो है, अकुला नाम देख के आपको लग सकता है कि इंडियन है, लेकिन अकुला इज द रशियन टेक्नोलॉजी, रशियन क्लास है. इनफैक्ट अकुला क्लास सबमरीन को इंडिया ने लेके, इंडिया हैज मेड इट INS चक्रा, मीन्स वहां से लीज पे लेके वी हैव डन सम ट्रायल्स एंड टेस्ट, एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट वी आर कमिंग अप विद समथिंग कॉल्ड एज प्रोजेक्ट 76, अंडर विच वी आर बिल्डिंग सो मेनी सबमरीन्स. सो अकुला क्लास बहुत ही पुराना है, इंडिया में इसका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. सो द आंसर इज A 1 and 2. नेक्स्ट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग कंट्रीज आर पार्ट ऑफ यूरोपियन यूनियन? भाई बेलारूस तो रशिया का बहुत अच्छा दोस्त है. इनफैक्ट द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ बेलारूस हैज बीन इन पावर फॉर पास्ट 30 years, काइंड ऑफ डिक्टेटर. नाउ स्विट्जरलैंड मेंटेन्स न्यूट्रलिटी, किसी के पंगे में नहीं जाता है वो. दो इट इज पार्ट ऑफ शेंजन, इकोनॉमिकली लिंक्ड विथ EU बट नॉट ए EU मेंबर. दिस ऑल्सो हैव डिस्कस्ड. आई डोंट अक्टूबर या सितंबर के करंट अफेयर्स में अब पहला आर्टिकल यही होता है. I've told you the trick also, which are part of you, which are not part of you. This also I've discussed. So next, you look at the statements over here. Now, which is part of this ecosystem, you can go through it. Okay, so the answer for the 77 question is 1 and 3. The answer is B here. The question is pretty long. Again, I don't have any logic to explain here. You can go through this. I'll be uploading this in the description below. Now, Dhruv 64. So it is a third chip fabricated under DIRV program. Okay, an overall aim to enable the creation of microprocessors in India. So which is a right statement. So it is India's first homegrown 1 gigahertz 64-bit. Okay, this is also a right statement. And this has been in the news also. You guys must be knowing this. Current affairs में भी पढ़ा होगा. Next BIS. Now मुझे ये समझ में नहीं आता. ये सब, who will remember all these things? Okay, these numbers etc. अगर आपने कहीं पे पढ़ा भी होगा, अगर यहाँ पे 1-2 नंबर गड़बड़ हो गया, do you think you'll be confident while marking this question? So again for this, the answer is 1 and 2. So ये वाला statement ready है, ये वाला statement ready है, and this statement is wrong because this is not in collaboration with Russia. Russia से collaboration नहीं है. So again, okay, in this kind of questions, I don't know how you'll be solving. Next, so the answer is John Clegg, option C. Again, see, you can remember, okay, who won the Nobel Prize in Physics. In fact, the first preference will be given, उन्होंने क्या काम किया है, काम पे focus करोगे, because you will expect that UPSC will be asking questions based on their काम, क्या किया है. सेकेंड लेवल पे उनका नाम याद रखोगे, नाम भी बहुत सारे लोग याद नहीं रखते, बट यहाँ पे पूछ रहा है कौन सा कंट्री का है, उसके बाद कहाँ पे गया, एक्सेट्रा. सो दीज काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस UPSC is asking. I don't know how many people have solved such kind of questions. So next question, again this question also very vague. Now who will remember which is where? In fact इसको कोई भी करंट अफेयर बुकलेट ने भी कवर नहीं किया होगा. I don't know what UPSC is expecting from you guys. So in this also I'm totally helpless. You have the list, you can go through it. The answer is C over here. And if you want explanation, it will be given in the description below. Next, which of the following statements with respect to India's indigenous new high resolution? In fact, no, ये वाला मैंने around 10 days ago पढ़ा था, 10 days before. In fact, I was discussing in the class also. I was telling that India's forecasting system, okay, this video is there on YouTube as well. So India's forecasting system, okay, has become so powerful that पहले क्या करता था, state wise it used to predict, okay, इतना बारिश होगा, इतना बाढ़ आएगा, इतना सूखा पड़ेगा, etc. उसके बाद वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे precisely, okay, forecast करने लगा. Now it will be delivering at the panchayat level as well. So means in near future it might also give the weather information or weather forecasting गांव, every गांव level. भाई तुम्हारे गांव में आज बारिश होगी, कल नहीं होगी, something of that sort. So it is becoming so precise. So its objective is to generate forecast at the panchayat cluster level, okay, which is a right statement, okay. District, even if district is given, okay, it would have been right. It is developed by IIT Delhi, which is wrong. In fact, ऐसे बड़े systems ना, इसके लिए super computers लगते हैं and बहुत सारा funding चाहिए होता है, सिर्फ IIT संभाल नहीं पाता है. So it is developed by Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology and Ministry of Earth Sciences. Next, blockchain technology. See, blockchain technology, okay, will be having, say some transaction has been happened between A and B. So A ने B को 10 रुपए दिया. Now, ये वाला transaction जो है, it will be noted by everyone. For example, गांव में सब लोग उसको note कर रहे हैं. So वैसे ही यहाँ पे the transaction will be noted by each and every computer which is there on the block. If anybody can join the block, that becomes a public blockchain. अगर okay कुछ प्राइवेट मेंबर्स ही उसमें ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, इवन ओनली द प्राइवेट मेंबर्स. ओके, प्राइवेट मेंबर्स मतलब कोई कंपनी, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, या ओके फॉर एग्जांपल एसबीआई बैंक है, it is authorizing only certain computers, certain systems to note down the transaction. That becomes private. So this is the difference between a public blockchain and a private blockchain. Now blockchain is comparatively secure because ये वाला इंफॉर्मेशन कोई भी टैम्पर नहीं कर सकता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इलेक्शन में आप यूज कर रहे हो ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी. भैया फॉर एग्जाम्पल मी राजकुमार गौतम हैज वोटेड टू सर्टेन पार्टी. ओके, अगर आप ईवीएम डब्बा है उसको टैम्पर करोगे सो कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि बहुत सारे अदर ब्लॉक्स आर देयर विच हैव नोटेड दिस इंफॉर्मेशन. आप एक ईवीएम को टैम्पर करके कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो. So this is the blockchain technology. So it has immense potential to, okay, it can be used in the future. So records stored in the database may be visible to relevant stakeholders without the risk of alteration. Okay, this is true. Next, copies of the entire database stored multiple computers. This also we have discussed. Multiple computers में store करोगे a database. The consortium blockchain is a blend of public and private. Okay, this is a consortium means which has been maintained by a certain company or group of companies. So इसमें public और private blockchain का ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Next, mathematical algorithms make it impossible to change or delete any data once recorded and accepted. So this is also true. अगर कोई डेटा को करप्ट करता है then blockchain का कोई मीनिंग ही नहीं है. Then it can be easily corrupted, right? So this is the right statement. The answer is 1, 2 and 4. C is the answer here. So next, rare earth elements. The modern technological innovations including rare earth metals are used almost everywhere. यहाँ पे कुछ भी दे, okay, this would have become the right statement. That China has the highest share in the mining, okay, REs, in fact it is right. So China, okay, owns almost 50% of the mines and 80% production capacity है China के पास. Okay, so followed by India. So this is instilling some national pride. In fact, India के पास कोई capacity नहीं है. Okay, ना तो इसके पास mineral है ना तो capacity है produce करने का, factories वगैरह कुछ नहीं है. Now nowadays India is making, okay, giving lot of incentives to produce this. So that's why it's in the news. So आप अगर national pride के चक्कर में आ गए then यहाँ पे you will be fossified. So look at the third statement here. Okay, now okay, since okay India does not have neither has the mines nor India has the capacity, it is coming up with that mission. Next, rare earth elements are said to be 13 नहीं है 17 है. In fact 15 lanthanides है and scandium and yttrium. Okay, this is a very famous one, you can't go wrong here. So the answer here is 1 and 3A. So guys, okay, I have discussed the question paper. I have discussed the 44 questions here. So whatever questions are in my ambit, I have discussed. Please feel free to comment, okay, and also share the video with your friends. And also soon, okay, I'll be releasing my own courses. So geography का course, science and technology का course भी release करूँगा. Please do join. You must have seen how I explain etc. Chalo then, okay. All the best. Hope you qualify the prelims and start preparing for the mains. And regarding the prediction, okay, how much will be the cutoff? The cutoff, the paper has been very difficult. The cutoff I'm expecting is somewhere between 70 to 75. Okay. All the best. Take care. Bye.